Italy is a country located in southern Europe, bordered by France, Switzerland, Austria, and Slovenia. It also has a coastline along the Mediterranean Sea, including the Tyrrhenian, Ionian, and Adriatic Seas. The country is often described as a boot-shaped peninsula due to the distinctive shape of its peninsula. In addition to the mainland, Italy includes several islands, the largest of which are Sicily and Sardinia, as well as numerous smaller islands. Italy is home to a population of over 60 million people, making it one of the most populous countries in Europe. The country's official language is Italian, which is spoken throughout the country. Italy has a rich linguistic tapestry with numerous regional dialects and languages. Italy is a parliamentary representative democratic republic with a political system characterized by a separation of powers among the executive, legislative, and judicial branches. The Italian government is structured with the president as the head of state and a prime minister as the head of government. The Italian government is responsible for policymaking, law enforcement, and the administration of public services. The parliament plays a crucial role in passing legislation, scrutinizing the actions of the executive, and representing the interests of the public. The judiciary, including the Constitutional Court, ensures the constitutionality of laws and resolves constitutional disputes. The government's functions extend to economic management, foreign affairs, and social policy. Italy and Indonesia have a long history dating back to the late 13th century, when Italian explorers became one of the first Europeans that reached the Indonesian archipelago. However, both countries formally established diplomatic relations in 1949. Over the years, Italy and Indonesia have developed economic and cultural ties. Trade and economic cooperation have grown, with both countries engaging in various sectors. Cultural exchanges and events have also contributed to the strengthening of relations. Italy places significant emphasis on cultural diplomacy as a means of promoting its rich cultural heritage. To promote its culture in Indonesia, Italy has organized cultural events, such as the Week of Italian Cuisine in the World. The Week of Italian Cuisine in the World is an event organized by the Italian Embassy and the Italian Institute of Culture, where Italian chefs from various Italian restaurants in Indonesia showcase the Italian cooking to the Indonesian people, to promote traditional recipes and supporting the recognition of Italian food. Hello and welcome to Ambassador Corner on TVRI World with me, Cisca Becker. On this very special edition, we are at the very exciting event of a Week of Italian Cuisine in the World 8th edition. And we've had the most privilege of having a conversation with my very special guest, the Ambassador of Italy to Indonesia, His Excellency Mr. Benedetto Latteri. Buonasera, Your Excellency.
Good evening.
Thank you so much for making the time amidst your very busy schedule. I know you're hosting a gala dinner, which is being prepared as we speak right now. So we truly appreciate this opportunity to talk with you.
It's a pleasure.
Now, first of all, congratulations for the 8th edition of this magnificent event, Week of the Italian Cuisine in the World. Now, before we dive deeper into this event and talk more about the mission and what people can enjoy from it, first, please allow me to know a little bit more about yourself, Your Excellency, especially about your experiences living in Indonesia. Now, as I understand, you actually joined the Foreign Service in Italy in 1988. You've traveled the whole world, obviously, as a diplomat, to China, to Russia, to Australia, until your ambassadorship in Indonesia. Now, my first question, which has the best Italian food among all those countries?
Thank you for that very tricky question.
As a diplomat, I understand, it must be really hard.
No problem. Well, look, I would rather come back to Indonesia because I love very much the food here, and because of the diversity, which is very close to the diversity of Italian cuisine. So in a way, there are two reasons why I feel at home in Indonesia. First of all, because you are all islander living in the island. I come from an island, so I'm an islander like you are. Secondly, the food in Italy is a triumph of diversity, the same in Indonesia. Every time I visit some isle and I'm exposed to recipe, the same recipe maybe, but in a different way, I feel very excited.
Okay, so you've learned about Indonesia and its culture and its people through its food.
Exactly. This is a way to understand people, to get to know that people, that village, larger community, and the way they consume that food together, alone, in a celebration. It's also always very joyful.
It's very fascinating to hear, actually. No, I just recently learned, because I was going to talk with you, I learned more about the relationship between our two countries. Now, although the diplomatic relationship started in 1949, but actually, historically, the story of our countries went back way even to the 13th century, when Marco Polo visited Samudra Pasai in Aceh at that time. And there was also some documentation about Franciscan friars visiting Majapahit Kingdom back when in Javanese culture was still in kingdomship. Now, I'm wondering, Marco Polo has made his discovery back then in Samudra Pasai. What about you, Your Excellency? What has been your most exciting discovery when it comes to the culinary delights in Indonesia? Hard to choose. So many options, right?
Of course, there are plenty of recipes. I would mention something that probably I mispronounce. Moringa. It's a flower, it's a plant in NTT.
Yes.
Somebody introduced me to this flower, which you can use for tea, for cakes.
Moringa.
Moringa,
yes.
Thank you for helping me. And that was very interesting. It's a kind of superfood. No one in Europe, I think, is aware about that. And it's something that was a discovery for me.
Okay, that's actually very interesting to know that even like Italians who are widely known to be superbly good in food and culinary still have something to learn from Indonesia and their food preparations.
There is always moments and ways to understand and to know something new. We are not that superb. We love also to mix with other cuisine, to be exposed to other cuisine. Traveling the world, I've been always exposed to different culinary traditions, and very often I found something very, very good.
Okay, now throughout our quite long and warm relationship between Italy and Indonesia, I think one of the main pillars has always been about intercultural understanding. Now, how do you see this understanding has been like, maybe ever since you've been posted here? I know you were posted here during the pandemic, so that must be quite challenging and present itself with some unique challenges, but also opportunities?
Opportunities in that moment are very few, because the pandemic, the lockdowns, the restrictions, and meeting people on the screen is very much useless. After the pandemic, when everybody come back again to normal life, to normalcy, I've been trying to meet students. I like very much to talk with students. I went to several universities all around Indonesia, of course introducing my country, but also asking the students to interact with me and to ask me as many questions as free as possible.
Okay.
And there are some which I still remember, like very challenging, and I like it very much. Of course, also teachers, the professors, we are very good in some of those universities. Has been a very nice moment for me to exchange views on the education system, but also how Italy can contribute. And we contribute with an Institute of Culture, with a long list of programming during the year, with a scientific attaché in the university, with an Italian lecturer at the university here in Jakarta.
Okay.
It's quite an effort.
Okay. Out of curiosity, in those instances where you met those students and you asked them to ask you questions, what was the most frequently asked question to you, Your Excellency?
I was very smart because I said since the inception, no soccer, no cars, no fashion. So they were a little bit, I don't say upset, but
Because they wanted to ask about all those
probably,
things.
most probably, yes.
Okay.
But I will tell you some. In Kupang, a girl asked me about discrimination in Italy.
Oh, okay.
And I still want to thank that girl for the question. It was very good, a very good interaction about discrimination in my country.
Okay. Your Excellency, I promise I will not ask about football or fashion or design, but I will ask you a lot about food. Now we're going to take a little break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more information about this magnificent event that you're hosting tonight. Don't go anywhere, Ambassador Corner. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Ambassador Corner on TVRI World. Still with me, your host Cisca Becker, and my very special guest, the Italian Ambassador to Indonesia, His Excellency Mr. Benedetto Latteri. Your Excellency, as we promised, we're now going to talk more about this very event where we at right now, Week of the Italian Cuisine in the World, 8th edition. This is an annual event, and this is the 8th time that it's been held here in Jakarta. So I just maybe could ask for you for a little bit of background. What is actually the mission of this event, Your Excellency?
Thank you. Great. It's a format, it's a promotional format. 8 years ago, a colleague of mine at the ministry, he decided to launch this format. All the Italian network in the world on the same week annually held a series of programs trying to showcase the Italian cuisine, talking about Italian cuisine in workshops, in seminars. It's up to the single embassy or Institute of Culture to find local people, Italians, or experts of the country to talk, to meet, and to talk about this sector of the Italian economy, which is important. It brings a lot of money, it's a lot of business, it's a great industry, and we are in a way also proud of taking to the world this part of our tradition.
Okay. Now, who is the target of this event? Is it open for like the general public who just wants to know more about Italian cuisine, or is it more for the culinary industry insiders, or is it more for the business communities? Can you elaborate?
For everybody, for every of this sector you mentioned, because we wanted to reach the general public, we want to exchange, we want to test the general public, we want to reach also the industry and check the agreement in the industry about the Italian cuisine, and specialists, also press like you in this moment, but also at the academic level. One of the features of the Italian cuisine is the how much this cuisine is healthy, and we are very, very proud and also individually caring about the authenticity and the health food we are going to eat.
Okay, because when it comes to health and authenticity, it actually comes down to the ingredients and the produce that you use. Do you also mention how we can get our hands on true Italian produce to, to recreate all these beautiful Italian dishes?
You said the word ingredients. It's one of the two main pillars of the Italian cuisine. You need to have good vegetables or commercially made food, but both of them are tested and go through some rules. So everything you buy has been tested, has been certified, or has been approved by some authorities. So you are 100% safe for that food. The second element is process, how you cook this ingredient. And this is a completely different story. It comes again to tradition, but also to innovation.
Okay, and there are also certain techniques sometimes that truly makes a difference between, let's say, good pasta and not so good pasta. Now, although Italian cuisine is one of the most beloved cuisine in the world, but maybe I'm a bit sorry to say in Indonesia, most of us know Italian cuisine, pizza, or maybe pasta, right? But if you have this opportunity to tell our viewers, Indonesian people who want to know more about the variety of Italian cuisine, the many faceted aspects of Italian cuisine, what would you say to them, Your Excellency?
We don't have enough time, but it is the same with Indonesia again. So if the Indonesian public knows about pizza and pasta, or whatever, spaghetti, macaroni, or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's a start. I know they like very much gelato,
Yes,
which is different with ice cream. Gelato is made differently than ice cream. Sparkling wines for us is not the same as Prosecco.
Okay.
It's different because it's made differently. And we love to identify with our words what we offer to ourselves and to the world.
Okay, I think there is one commonality between Italy and Indonesia, especially with its people. We celebrate life with food. We eat food with people we love. It's always a big gathering everywhere you go in Indonesia. You must have experienced this as well. Do you convey that when you engage with communities around Indonesia, how much we both actually cherish and celebrate food every day?
Yes, exactly. You are right. It's the same attitude. Celebrating, it's without food is not a real celebration. We add also alcohol, wine, which is not so common in Indonesia, but it's all right because everything is food over there, and we use the same moment to celebrate, to enjoy life in a community which could be small but also large.
Okay, quick question, Your Excellency. Now there's a lot of creative people in Indonesia, especially in the culinary industry, and more we're now seeing this fusion kind of food. So between Italian and Indonesian dishes, so maybe like spaghetti rendang or pizza, bakso. I don't know if you've tried any of them, but what do you think of this kind of collaborations between cuisines, Indonesian and Italian? Do you agree with that?
Yes, I'm not against, of course. Could be also a way to approach to both cuisine. Okay. It's also a business. Okay. And if the people will respond positively to this offer, why not? Okay. Why not? I stick to the original.
Okay. Maybe one of these days we'll send you a pizza rendang so you can try it for yourself.
I like rendang. I like very much rendang. This is my favorite Indonesian dish without something else.
Okay. Well, Your Excellency, we've had such a fascinating conversation so far. In the next segment of our program, I would love to talk more about future relations between Italy and Indonesia. But for now, we'll take a short break. Don't go anywhere, Ambassador Corner. We'll be right back. Thank you for staying with us on Ambassador Corner. We are still speaking with my very special guest, His Excellency Mr. Benedetto Latteri, the Italian ambassador to Indonesia. Your Excellency, we've had quite some insights from you so far when it comes to food diplomacy, and especially about this event that you're hosting right now, Week of the Italian Cuisine in the World, that is happening throughout the week right here in Jakarta. Now, if you've mentioned the mission, the idea behind it, is there anything else that you want to convey to the Indonesian public that it concerns this event and what they can actually take from it?
Yes, thank you for your question, because that allows me to inform the Indonesian public that the Italian government has chosen to submit the candidacy of the Italian cuisine to the UNESCO list of World Heritage. We want to preserve our tradition and our peculiarity. In order to do that, in order to be also supported by UNESCO membership, we wanted to enlist the Italian cuisine in the World Heritage. And this is also the reason why every year, as I mentioned before, we try to promote the Italian cuisine.
All right. Now, if I may, I'm actually quite surprised to learn that the Italian cuisine is not yet listed in the UNESCO Heritage List, because it's one of the most well-known and most beloved, and the recipe is also very specific, very intricate, like certain techniques, certain ingredients makes all the difference. So, of course, you have my support in vote if I could vote in any voting process, Your Excellency. Now, as we are now rounding up the year 2023, it's coming to an end. Now, looking all the accomplishments and achievements of the programs made by the Italian Embassy in Jakarta, of course, including with this event as well, maybe you can give us a little bit sneak preview of what's to expect in the next year in 2024, Your Excellency.
That's good. We will try to improve ourselves, learning from the past, because we want to replicate this event tonight. Actually, is a weekend-long event made of presentation, cooking demo, pizza making for the children in the morning, Saturday and Sunday when they are not at school, and special dinner like tonight with different chefs, Italian chefs. In Jakarta there are now a lot of Italian chefs, all of them are very good. We want to learn from this experience this year, and next year making something bigger and more with a big impact.
Oh, okay.
This is our ambition.
All right, that's very exciting to hear. Hopefully we can get some updates here when that actually happened. Now, before I came to this interview, I had a lot of friends asking me, especially friends who are in the food industry or friends who are really into cooking, and they wanted me to ask you, I hope this is okay with you, Your Excellency, in terms of education partnership between Italy and Indonesia, is there anything that they can take advantage of, especially maybe like apprenticeship programs between, let's say, Indonesian chefs and Italian chefs? Do you see that coming into fruition anytime soon?
I can say to your friends that it depends on the age. Student age, they can apply to go to the Italian university or institute, culinary institute. Alma is one of the most popular in Parma, in the area of Bologna. It's very, very well known in the world, but it's not only the only one in Alma. There are others, but this is for students. We can also have exchanges. I collaborate a couple of years ago with an Indonesian chef, and making myself something. And this chef is now one of the supporter or counselor of the Italian Institute of Culture when it comes to the Italian Week, Italian Cuisine. And this is something we like to improve. It's an opportunity we are looking into to expand this cooperation.
Okay, I'm sure my friends will be very happy to hear that, especially with that success story that you added right there, Your Excellency. Thank you so much for that. Now, let's go back to this event, Week of the Italian Cuisine in the World. You'll be hosting a dinner anytime soon. What are your hopes and wishes, especially for this year, for this event, and how the Indonesian public will receive it?
I wanted to offer, together, of course, with the director of the Italian Institute of Culture, we wanted to offer something new to the general public. We had, of course, when you have a project, you launch this project, you have different targets, and we have different targets. We wanted to start something new, a little format within the larger format, something which which could be an addition to the usual promotion you have in the supermarket or in a single restaurant. Okay. We wanted something which can be concentrated, a great focus, a great impact in the same place for 3 days in a row, at different level. And I hope that the numbers at the end of the story, the numbers will be good for us in order to encourage us to make something better next year.
Okay, that's also very much something we look all forward to, Your Excellency. Thank you for letting us know with that little sneak peek. Last question, Your Excellency, before we let you go. You know you have a busy evening ahead. Your hopes and wishes for Indonesia and Italy's relationship, especially in the upcoming year.
To maintain the good relations, to improve these relations, to have a lot of Italian coming here, not only in Bali but in other islands, which I love very much. I fall in love in Sumba, for instance. Sumba is a very nice island. I want Indonesians to come easily in Italy and to understand that Italians are lovely people which are happy to meet other lovely people like the Indonesians.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for ending a conversation with such hopeful remarks. Of course, we look forward to hearing about next adventures from you in Indonesia, and we look forward to hearing more about exciting programs from the Italian Embassy here in Jakarta. Once again, thank you so much. We understand you have a dinner now to look forward to, so I will let you go. But grazie mille, Your Excellency. Thank you for this conversation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And that's the end of this edition of Ambassador Corner, but do join us for upcoming editions of Ambassador Corner only on TVRI World. I'm Cisca Becker. Thank you for watching and goodbye.